Well, the season has changed. Guess it's time to find a new place to film. Hello, my witches and wizards. This is Professor Rowan. It's time to talk about October's Community Day, which, if it's raining as hard then as it is today, I'm going to be changing my location. Originally, I was planning on doing Community Day at the waterfront or in Bush Pasture Park. Both places are really great to collect oddities, which that is, by the way, the focus of this Community Day, both experience points and oddities. However, if it's raining like this, I'm probably going to have to move it into one of the two malls in the area. It's the only place large enough that you can walk around, have more than one inn, maybe a fortress or two. And that's Lancaster Mall, which has free parking, but it's all uncovered. Or the Downtown Mall, which has covered parking that you pay for. Gonna have to figure this one out. Anyway, October's Community Day has a new change. It is going to be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. your local time. No longer having to try to figure out what it is in your particular time zone, depending on how it is in Pacific or Eastern or Greenwich Mean Time. Not have to worry about it. It's 11 to 2 your time zone. This will have both an XP and an oddities focus. The oddities focus is specifically bringing werewolves, vampires, and doxies out during those hours. Time frames and times of the month where they should not be available, but they are going to be, apparently, plethoras of them during this event. Also, the trace for detection is only going to pull up werewolves, vampires, and doxies. The reason it's both an oddity and an XP focus is because those oddities, those three as well as all other oddities, will be giving 3 times XP bonus. Also, the other way you know it's an XP event is that brain elixirs are going to take only 30 minutes to brew. Plus, master notes will be reducing that time by 50%. So you could be doing brain elixirs at 15 minutes. There's no reason to not have tons of potions available to drink while you're doing the event. Unless, of course, you don't have the items. The one item you might be missing, most statistically speaking, is going to be the toadstool. So I have a challenge for all of you. In the areas where you plan on being Saturday, and plant some seeds in those greenhouses on Friday. Between 11 and 1:30. You're not going to need to plant them around 2. Hopefully, by then it'll be over. That way you're helping yourself and having enough toadstools to continue brewing, and you're helping the community at large, because this is a community day after all. If you absolutely positively won't have enough to brew, or don't have any of those potions at all, nothing to fear. Part of the event is going to be one of the free packs that we've been coming to enjoy lately, or at least I have. This time the free packs will include 1 dragon claw, 2 frog brains, 1 rune spore egg, and 2 leaping toadstools. I wonder what they want you to brew. It will also be including 25 energy and a trace detection potion. Now back to the oddities. The oddities will be giving you 3 times XP, but the vampires, the werewolves, and the doxies will potentially be giving you something else. There is a possibility that they will be dropping dark arts runestones. Why dark arts runestones, you may ask? What is the big deal about dark arts? Well, I would like to remind you that Wizards Unite, the Wizards Niantic, have announced that this is Dark Arts Month. And we have been told that there is going to be an event on Halloween. We don't know specifically many details about the event, but I can tell you what we so far do know. The event is going to last from the 30th to the 1st. So 3 days at best. If it's the usual ones, it starts at 11 a.m. and ends at 11 a.m. So that means technically only 2 days. This event will be specifically focused on challenges, wizarding challenges within the fortress. And you're going to need Dark Arts runestones in order to participate. There's going to be a free pack available for the Halloween event. That free pack is going to include some level 1 runestones. However, it does also sound like there's going to be a pack that you can pay for, and that pack will contain runestones of levels besides just a level 1. Another reason I might be doing this at the mall, besides the intense amount of rain that's going on, is the fact that the sponsored inns during the community day are going to be providing extra energy. Unfortunately, there are no sponsored malls in my area, the Simons Mall. And all of the sponsored locations, AT&T and Cricket, I believe, they are only fortresses in my area. But hey, that means a lot of Fortress XP come Halloween. Also, want to give some quick notes on the new update that just came out. It didn't automatically update on my cellular telephone device. I had to actually go into the Play Store and download it. There are several changes, but 2 key ones that I want to point out. There's some small ones, like you can now take pictures with the snitch, so that's great. Or you can now get energy from greenhouses every time. That's also great, especially if you live or work in an area that only seems to have greenhouses and no inns. Another small change is that the Dottle Drot will now tell you if it prevents a foundable from escaping, or a confoundable whisking away your foundable. Which I'm sure is helpful if you actually brew them, which I don't. But if you do brew the Dottle Drots, it will let you know, hey, I did something for you. I'm not just a waste of your time. And then you can decide for yourself, are they really worth it? The 2 main parts of the update that I wanted to point out, however, are the updates to the challenges, the wizarding challenges, and the updates to being able to download your assets. For downloading the assets, you now have the option to download only the necessary ones or download all of them. Downloading only the necessary ones is good if you don't have that much room on your cellular telephone device. It gets the main pieces out so that you don't have to use all of your data when you're doing Wizards Unite. The other one, however, will download a lot onto your cellular telephone. A lot. It took a while for this all to download onto mine. But that does mean that you're going to have assets without having to use your data for all of that information. There also are things in that download that aren't actually live and available yet. Things that the data mining wizards have found. So if you don't want some spoilers, you might want to skip ahead a few minutes. This is your spoiler warning. If you don't want these spoilers, you go ahead until you see the spoiler warning go away. Okay? Okay. It does look like we're going to be able to give gifts in the future, which means that friendship is going to be worth more than just battling with your friends in a fortress. You're going to be able to send gifts that focus on energy, that focus on spell ingredients, or ones that focus on rare foundables. There's nothing obviously official about it. We only have little bits of information we've been able to data mine, but that would be useful. There's also notations about a dark ministry official and a dark witch. There's images of a basilisk. We think all of these pieces are going to be part of the Halloween event, though we're not know for certain. Again, it's data mining. It doesn't give you a lot of detail. Okay, spoilers away. Now on to the rest of it. The second thing is that the change in the Wizarding Challenge. Now, if you're going into a Wizarding Challenge by yourself, you don't have to sit there and wait the 20 seconds. You can just go right ahead and go right in. If you're going into a Wizarding Challenge with some friends, you have the option to say ready so that everyone knows when everyone is ready, and you can again skip that countdown timer. It makes things go just a little bit faster, which seems to be what a lot of the stuff recently from the Wizards Niantic have been. Ways to speed things up. Either so that you're getting the most use out of your potions, or perhaps speed is going to be a focus in the future. Don't know for certain, we'll find out when that time comes. So there you have it, my witches and wizards. Everything you need to know about Community Day. It's 3 hours this Saturday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Saturday the 19th. I actually get to participate this time. So I'm excited about that one. Everything you need to know about Community Day, some important pieces of information about the new update, and a challenge to you to make sure that there are leaping toadstools available for both you and the community at large. If you're finding these videos helpful, please like, subscribe, share these with others. It really does help us out. Also, we are still gathering comments and questions from y'all to be able to make our new series that we're putting out. I'm gathering all the questions right now to be able to make those, and I've only got like 4 or 5. I really want to start working on this when I have 7 or 8, enough to really dig in with the research. Also, as a reminder, we now have Patreon available, and to give you a taste of what the Patreon is up to, I'm going to be releasing another video shortly of bloopers, so you can see just how frustrated I get and all the weirdness and wackiness that goes on in the making of these. If you find those helpful, again, like, subscribe. Thank you all very much, and remember, keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your wands ready.